someone had posted Harshit, I think, had posted on the WordPress group the latest performance report for his website. So I was looking at that. So how do I get that? That is from there only.
WordPress में देख लो और लिंक दे दिया है.
Okay. Thanks, man.
So Elliot, are we live with a stream?
Yep.
Visible to everyone. Lag कितना है आज?
Almost 2 से 3 सेकंड.
Which is fine, right? मतलब उतना चल जाएगा. I think that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect then. Today we are basically going to build everything from scratch, try to understand सारी चीज़ें कैसे लिंक करी जाती है, कहाँ से कहाँ किसका कनेक्शन होता है, all of that. That's what we are trying to do today. Fair enough, everyone on board, everyone is on the same page so far.
Yes.
Okay, see, what I would still recommend to people is if there is any way you are on your laptop or you are on your even on your mobile devices as well, same procedure. YouTube का ऑडियो अगर पॉसिबल हो तो बंद रखो and try to be on Discord so that we can have this or keep this interactive. You can ask me questions in between and then you can just watch कि हो क्या रहा है स्क्रीन पे. Like that's what we'll try to do. I'll try to understand
मीडिया
कि थोड़ा
वॉल्यूम
बहुत
जीरो, मीडिया वॉल्यूम जीरो और कॉल वॉल्यूम मैक्स कर दो, हो जाएगा.
Perfect. Okay, so what exactly are we going to do today? There is a particular domain that I have called wtfgeeks.com. Guys, it's not what the fuck, it's we the frustrated geeks. Something that I started very long time ago, something that I always wanted to do during my college days. I really wanted a solution for all the freelancers around me, for people around me, or people who just wanted to build random stuff. Like उनके लिए मुझे कुछ ना कुछ तो करना था, and I wanted to create a community out of it. I made this community in my college, ran for 3 years, paid community actually, 100 rupees per person. बहुत सही चला, बहुत अच्छा चला, and then the website was just there. It's been there for such a long time, but I haven't done really anything on that. आज हम इस पे एक पर्सनल पोर्टफोलियो बनाएंगे. Now, why personal portfolio? As I said, there are multiple layers in which Indian clients are going to be dealt with. The first layer is going to be your personal portfolio or brand clients or consultants, people who are basically into consulting. They are going to need their personal portfolios. That's the first stage. उसके बाद आते हैं static websites for businesses. There is going to be an e-commerce website for business. There's going to be an e-commerce multi-vendor. There's going to be a listing platform. We'll try to cover all of these, but the starting point can be a personal portfolio. So that's what we are going to do today. Now, before starting that, the first thing that I need to do is buy a particular domain. As you can see on my desktop, I went with bigrock.com. Bigrock, I know the reason I have gone with Bigrock in 2017 because in 2017 Bigrock was really amazing. Had these been 2020, I would have gone with Namecheap. Great customer service, great experience. Nobody's paying me to say anything against GoDaddy, but GoDaddy is horrible. Please don't go for it. Horrible, horrible customer service. So yeah, coming back to BigRock, this is my particular domain dashboard. Then I have EcoWeb Hosting, the company that I use for my hosting services. Same is what is going to happen with you guys as well. You basically are going to get your hosting from me. I'll log into my hosting account and then I'll have to create a package. This is typically what happens with any standard hosting service across the globe. You get a centralized dashboard. You have these multiple ways you can deal with the packages that you create if you are buying an unlimited hosting. I'm going to create first a package for myself. My domain is wtfgeeks.com. Email, chalo, sumegpp@gmail.com. Create hosting package. Package to ban jayega. This is the first step that I do. I create a package for myself. Something similar is what you guys are also going to do if you end up buying a multi-site hosting package. Or not really multi-site. Multi-site is not the correct term. Unlimited sites जहाँ पे बना सकते हो ऐसे अगर किसी पैकेज को आप यूज़ कर रहे हो. So then you'll end up an interface like this. So every time you create a package, doesn't matter, it's going to be my hosting or some other hosting, the first and the foremost thing that you're going to get, the most important thing that you're going to get is name servers. Name servers पे पूरा का पूरा सब चलने वाला है. I'll just take name servers. I'll come to my domains dashboard, figure out domain registration के अंदर कहाँ पे name servers मिलता है. And within name servers, there's 1 and 2 over here. I'll just come and paste my name servers. Of course, 1, NS1, NS2. Updating the name servers details have been successfully updated. कितना टाइम लेगा पता नहीं, frankly पता नहीं, but let's go and check. Let's go on dnschecker.org. On DNS checker, I'll add wtfgeeks.com. From the records, I'll choose name server record, NS or name server records, and I'll click on search. क्या बात है, reflect हो गया? Not really. Resolve हो रहा है. Please enable cookies. Cookies are enabled. I don't know still why it's showing this. Reflect तो हो चुका है, काफी जगहों पे reflect हो चुका है. ठीक है, take your own sweet time, no issues with that. Second most important step that I would recommend for anyone over here is go and create a Cloudflare account. Cloudflare allows you to mitigate your DDoS attacks. It allows you to speed up your website to some extent. It's a really good content delivery network or CDN as you call it. CDN का एक फ़ायदा बहुत बड़ा होता है कि it distributes your website across the globe by distributing your website to multiple mirrors. Imagine it this way. EcoWeb Hosting is a UK-based company. Of course, they have servers throughout the globe. But if I was hosting my website on a server that is based in some remote location, so I'm staying here in Pune, if my servers are in US, let's understand internet is an actual wired network. It's a wired network. It's a connection where every computer is connected to some other computer. Whenever I have to access my website, I'm basically traveling a distance from Pune to UK and coming back. Well, of course, that's going to take some time. That turnaround time is called as ping rate in your normal terms. Now, for that ping rate to be distributed throughout the globe, what Cloudflare does is it might create a mirror, or it might have a mirror of my actual website somewhere in Bangalore. So for a person like me, I don't really need to go from Pune to UK and come back. I can just go to Pune to Bangalore and then coming back, and that can be the sort of the most efficient ping rate that would make my website speed much better than directly hosting it somewhere in UK and then waiting for that entire speeds and optimizations to reflect. And this is how literally how internet works. So for the same reason, to get rid of that, I would use Cloudflare as a service. Now if we just try to fidget with WTF Geeks and see कि ये completely reflect हो चुका है या नहीं, we'll try and play around. DNS normally takes, okay, here it's working, perfect. Normally takes 15 to 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes an entire day. GoDaddy takes an entire day at times. At times, again, not always. That's why I don't really recommend GoDaddy. So yeah, the website is perfectly reflected. What I'll do is for you. So of course, ये नीचे वाला आपको कुछ नहीं दिखेगा because these are just my clients. But I'll create an ad. I'll basically click on add site and I'll add my website over here. They'll ask the basic plan. I can go for a free plan. Free plan is self-sufficient. It's more than enough. You can just confirm the plan. What it will do is, just like we learned yesterday, it is going to pull out all the DNS records from my hosting to Cloudflare. That's what's going to happen over here. It has pulled all those records that were needed to be taken care of. सारे के सारे records यहाँ पे उठा लिए, paste कर दिए. The next thing I have to do is just hit on continue. It's going to give me now 2 name servers. These were my standard name servers. I have to replace this with my normal name servers, lara.ns.cloudflare.com. I'll just go back to Big Rock, go to the name server section again. Here I'll paste lara.ns.cloudflare. Again coming back, norm.ns. Take it back to my domains dashboard. and then I'll hit on update. The name server details have been successfully updated. So just to give you a recap of what exactly I did, I first connected my domain to my hosting. Just to have that additional layer of security in between, I connected Cloudflare to my domain. Now imagine this to be 3 layers, where the first layer is my domain, the last layer is my hosting, and in domain and hosting in between sits Cloudflare to take care of the entire distribution of load, and also take care of the DDoS attacks if they happen to if my website gets attacked at some point in time. So technically the entire setup that's regarding the DNS wala part is taken care of. Now I'll just come on DNS checker again and try and see if my new name servers have reflected. Okay, I see at some region across the globe they have reflected with Lara and Norm for Cloudflare. In some region it's still EcoWeb hosting. ठीक है, let's give it its own sweet time. So far guys, so good. अब तक कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. Any questions?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was asking that if somehow my hosting side, my website is down, so due to Cloudflare, is my website will be active at that time?
Yeah, Cloudflare does provide a cached version of your website to be up and running when your hosting service is down. So yeah, Cloudflare does provides a cached version to stay up and running even if your hosting service provider is down for some time.
Okay, so basically Cloudflare makes a copy of the website and stores it, right?
True.
And update it on time.
Yeah, someone else was also asking a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Sumit, like in the evening, I purchased my domain. It is akshayKhandekar.com. मैंने सिर्फ डोमेन परचेज करके रखा है, उसके आगे किया, बट मैंने आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी लाइक ऐसे ही अभी सर्च करके देखा तो लाइक उस पे अलग ही लिंक्स दिख रहे हैं. मीन लाइक बायजू ऐप ऑन लाइक बहुत सारे लिंक्स आ रहे हैं.
वेबसाइट का नाम बताओ आपका. टेल मी द डोमेन नेम दैट यू हैव परचेज्ड.
AKSHAY KHANDEKAR.com.
Akshay Khandekar.
Yes.
AkshayKhandekar.com. Let's see what we get. If you were seeing some ads over here, that's absolutely normal because कैसा होता है कि ये जब आप डोमेन खरीदते हो, it gets parked basically. It is still in a parked position with the domain service provider. And these domain service providers, they at times what they do is they just give their website spaces for advertising companies to advertise their own stuff. So it's very normal. You don't need to really worry about it. ये normal चीज़ है, ये ads दिखना आपकी website पे, not at all something that you have to worry about. So domain and hosting is taken care of. How about linking a mailing service, or how about you linking a business mail to your hosting and domain? That's the next thing that we are going to do, guys. Anyone over here has used Zoho till date?
No, just one thing before that. So the reason we add Cloudflare is to pay the security part of the table, right?
Security is a very small thing, not entire security. The DDoS attack part of it, that's taken care of. The distribution denial of service attack, where there are so many people at the same time attacking your website, there's a possibility of website crashing because of overload. Now that's like a very common attack that people tend to do when they want to mass report something. Cloudflare takes care of that.
Okay, so we have to do something else also for further security to keep the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for a normal website, for a very plain, just for creating a portfolio website.
Yeah, see, for a portfolio website, DDoS attacks are enough because DDoS attacks जो है ना होते रहते हैं. And I don't even understand at times what's the reason behind it. Why do people even do it for normal websites? Because होता ऐसा है कि if it would have been a politician's website or had it been a celebrity's website and that celebrity might have said something controversial, just to make sure that that particular person's website crash, people attempt a DDoS attack. I don't think so a normal business would really face it, but even normal businesses at times face attack because malicious intent, personal grudges, yeah, just for fun. Like attackers, they don't really have a brain of their own. That's why they end up doing something shitty like this. It's better to be safe than sorry. That's how I would say it. And that's one security aspect. Beyond that, the website speeds, the mirroring of the website, the entire concept that I've explained behind CDN, Content Delivery Network, where you can have multiple mirrors of your website throughout the globe. That is something that Cloudflare allows you to capitalize on top of.
And for this, the basic one you said is free, right?
Yeah, the free one
So
is more than
anybody can
enough.
actually use this for them.
Absolutely, anyone can use this.
So, nice.
Yeah,
Can I enter my domain?
I had
one person at a time. Go ahead. Hello.
So, okay, I will.
so if I enter my domain name, so will it anytime show that redirecting from Cloudflare to my particular domain?
Redirecting from Cloudflare. That normally
Will it
doesn't happen. I have seen that message sometimes. I'm not really sure why. I think that's especially for those websites that are pretty dicey in nature. I've basically seen that on grey market websites or websites that do illegal stuff. उनके ऊपर देखा है. Normal website पे आपको ये नहीं देखने को मिलेगा. I think there's some logic behind it. I think there's some service that runs behind where it's an extreme next step of DDoS protection that happens. Normal website पे नहीं होता है. I think there might be some way, some switch to enable or disable that, but that's what I believe would be the case. So yeah, coming to the mail wala part. Now I'm linking a mail service, a business mail service. Zoho provides 5 GB per user, 25 MB attachment, 5 users plan for free forever. So for anyone who just needs like 5 business email IDs, that person can go with Zoho. I'll just try and show you what exactly this setup also looks like. So when I sign up, I'll have to add wtfgeeks.com over here. Add. Oh damn. How could I forget this? Either way, that doesn't matter. I think my phone number is either way is pretty much public, so won't really make.
सोर्स पर आया ना,
हाँ.
उसके आगे एक आई का आइकन है, वो प्रेस करो तो हाइड हो
yes.
जाएगा, ये कुछ टाइम के लिए ब्लैंक हो जाएगा स्क्रीन
Perfect.
स्क्रीन चालू रहेगा.
हाँ हो गया ब्लैंक हो.
So I'm just adding my phone number and passwords. Zoho is good.
So from this we can use the same phone number and password while creating a business email for each client, right?
No, that's the biggest flaw that they have. Like एक account या एक domain के साथ सिर्फ एक phone number चाहता है. So yeah, this is what you can use your client's phone number. That would make a lot of sense.
Okay, and the email that you said, that will be admin only, right? That is common for everything.
Not really common. I'm keeping it admin right now. I can just change it to sumed@wtfgeeks.com or business or ask@or help@wtfgeeks.com.
So that will be the principal mail ID.
Yeah.
And is there any like domain? Sorry, any website from where which we can get domains?
GoDaddy GoDaddy is something that I would definitely not recommend. Go on Namecheap or Porkbun. These are one of the best websites I've come across.
What did you say?
Porkbun is still not something I'm sure about, but Namecheap.com is one place where you can buy domains from.
Okay, thanks.
Please, Sumit, please re-click on that icon so that we can see the screen.
I haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
Any specific questions so far? और कुछ है जो आपको पूछना है? So far, any doubts? Are we going good, or are you finding it difficult? It's easy. I personally might find this very easy. I do this on a daily basis. I want to have your perspective कि अभी तक चीजें कैसी चली है.
Hello.
Till now it's easy.
Sumit?
It's understandable.
Perfect explanation.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm curious about the Zoho feature, dude. Like, I don't understand it much.
Man, what's happening? Why am I messing with the password so much? Zoho, if you are, see, Zoho is one great service. The paid versions are really nice. It's just your typical business email. You get your 5 GB का inbox. जैसे आपका Gmail है, वैसा ही business email over here. There's nothing different other than that.
Basically for email marketing.
Email marketing, one thing. And beyond that, if you want to have your own professional email ID, that's the other thing.
So do people require more than 5?
Yeah, man, they absolutely, like, look, my organization, I've got almost 50 email IDs for all my employees. So yeah.
Oh, all right. If it's your personal website, it's not needed, right?
If it's your personal website, the most you might need is support and your personal. That's it. If you have your store, then maybe store or invoice if it's needed, or sales if it's needed. नहीं तो एक दो email IDs काफी होते हैं.
Do we have any alternatives for Zoho?
G Suite by Google, amazing alternative. See, most of the times if you go for a good hosting service, a good hosting package, they include unlimited email IDs with their hosting package.
G Suite is paid, I guess, no?
G Suite is paid. G Suite is the best actually in the market. It's paid, of course. But G Suite अभी अच्छा है यार. Come on, it's Google's ecosystem, so फर्क पड़ता है उससे.
All in one.
Do our providers provide email marketing also?
Sorry?
Do our hosting providers also provide the feature for email marketing also?
Email marketing.
ईमेल मार्केटिंग के लिए
the Mailchimp and all you're talking about, right? नहीं, वो hosting provider तो नहीं देता है. वो आपको उसके लिए separate pay करना पड़ता है. Let's see how far we have reached with the verification code. Do I have it? Yes, I have it.
I would like the question, हम अगर गूगल वगैरह का मेल प्रोग्राम वगैरह में यूज करते हैं तो उसमें लिमिटेड या मेल्स भेज सकते हैं, जैसे 100 वगैरह.
समझ में नहीं आया. Your voice was just breaking. I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat your question?
I'm telling you that हम गूगल मतलब पर्सनल ईमेल आईडी यूज करते हैं, जीमेल वाला वगैरह प्रोग्राम में, मतलब कोई वेबसाइट वगैरह में जैसे किसी ने साइन अप किया तो हम उन्हें मेल भेजना चाहते हैं, कंफर्मेशन मेल, और इस हिसाब से तो गूगल के जो मेल्स होते हैं पर्सनल, मतलब जी सूट के परचेज किए हुए नहीं होते वो वाले, मतलब हम जो पर्सनल यूज करते हैं वो, ठीक है. तो उसमें 100 जितने मेल्स ही हम भेज सकते हैं, मतलब
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है यार. मतलब कैसा है, प्रोग्रामेटिकली भी ऐसा कोई लिमिट नहीं है. I personally don't feel there's any limit as such. It's just that कि आपके वेबसाइट का डोमेन नेम और वेबसाइट का ईमेल ये दो अलग अलग हो गए. अभी जब मैं आपको वेबसाइट का सेटअप करके दिखाऊंगा तब मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि एज एन एडमिन द मेल आई यूज इफ इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द डोमेन, स्पैम बॉक्स में चला जाता है. वो दिक्कत होती है. लिमिट मैंने आज तक कोई इशू ऐसा देखा नहीं है.
आई एम नॉट आस्किंग यू दैट. मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि हम जीमेल वाला जो मेल यूज करते हैं पर्सनल, जो कि फ्री होता है, तो उसमें लिमिट होती है. मतलब हम प्रोग्रामेटिकली अगर मेल भेजते हैं ना तो एक लिमिट होती है, कैप होता है 100-150 पर डे आप भेज सकते हो, उससे ज्यादा नहीं भेज सकते. बाद में एरर आने लगती है उनके एंड से. तो अगर हम ये मतलब जो भी होस्टिंग से हमें मेल मिला है, मतलब अगर आपने होस्टिंग अभी परचेज किया, ठीक है, और आपने बोला कि कोई लोग अनलिमिटेड ईमेल्स बनाने देते हैं, मतलब एक दो भी बनाने दे, तो उसमें मतलब ऐसी कैप वगैरह कुछ होता नहीं है ना, क्योंकि आप एक्सपीरियंस्ड हो तो आपको इस बारे में पता होगा.
नहीं यार, मतलब मुझे आज तक कोई ऐसा इशू हुआ ही नहीं. आई डू इट फॉर माय क्लाइंट्स एंड दे सेंड like at least 10 or 15,000 mails on a daily basis. Of course they do it through business mails. Of course they use premium versions of Namecheap, Mailchimp and SendGrid. उनको दिक्कत नहीं होती है.
मतलब ये इसमें नहीं होता होगा, सिर्फ वो जीमेल का पर्सनल होता होगा, इसलिए वो लोग ऐसा करते होंगे. तो
हाँ
मैंने सोचा
मतलब
पूछ लो, आपको पता
होता
होगा।
होगा यार, मतलब क्योंकि फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग मैंने जीमेल पे भी कुछ हद तक करा है, बट ऐसा कोई दिक्कत नहीं हुआ है आज तक, मुझे तो कोई
पर्सनल पे
दिक्कत नहीं।
नहीं किया होगा आपने, जी सूट लिया होगा इसलिए।
अरे नहीं यार, मैंने जी सूट तो अभी आज तक लाइफ में कभी खरीदा नहीं है। आई हैव डन इट फॉर माय क्लाइंट्स बट आई हैवंट डन इट पर्सनली। बट ठीक है यार, आई वुड गो विथ योर वर्ड ओवर हियर बिकॉज आई माइट बी रॉन्ग विद दिस पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो।
क्योंकि मैंने बहुत बहुत बार क्या होता है कि हम जैसे कंफर्मेशन मेल वाला होता है, किसी को ओटीपी मेल में भेजनी हो, उस टाइप से कुछ कोडिंग वगैरह करते हैं, तो उसमें मैंने बहुत बार ट्राई किया है कि अब टेस्ट वगैरह करता हूँ ना, तो उसमें बाद में थोड़े टाइम बाद एरर आने लगती है, 150-200 बाद। मतलब एग्जैक्ट नंबर मुझे पता नहीं है लेकिन आने लगती है। तो
Then maybe
इसलिए
maybe you have a better
इसमें नहीं
experience
आता।
over here than I think I would go with your word over here. Thank you brother,
मैं
thank you
कंफर्म
so
करके कल
much यार।
बताऊंगा
हाँ आप
इस
कंफर्म
बारे
कर
में,
लो।
तो आगे सब लोगों को पता चले।
Yes exactly, कंफर्म करके बता दीजिए। So let's get back to our mail configurations. The first thing that I did was I signed up. हम आ गए इस पेज पे। Now they're asking us to verify our domain. Let's go and verify the domain. Okay. I don't really want to come over here. Please, someone needs to take care of the microphone. Okay, they have one or multiple ways to verify. So there's a txt method, CNAME method, and an HTML method. HTML is the easiest one. What basically you do is you download this HTML file that they have shared with you. Take this file to the particular FTP or the file manager of your hosting. You just copy paste that file inside a particular folder, like Zo Verify का folder बना, उसके अंदर file डाल दो और हो जाएगा. I would personally be going with the TXT method because since we are here, we are teaching DNS. TXT method करके देखते हैं. Create a TXT record for a domain and DNS provider. Okay, perfect. I'll just copy paste this. I will first come to Cloudflare because now that we are here on Cloudflare, I have to click on done, check name servers. My name servers are done. नेम सर्वर्स तो मेरे लिंक हो गए अभी. WTF Geeks का नेम सर्वर Cloudflare के साथ होस्टिंग के साथ लिंक हो चुका है. There are few initial settings that I need to see over here. SSL encryption mode is full. Yes, it should be on full. Always use HTTPS, that's turned on. Auto minify, I'm not going to auto minify at this particular stage. And I'll just hit done. There's one big thing that these Cloudflare people have still missed in 2020. You need to first go to SSL and TLS section. Within SSL and TLS section, inside Edge certificates, if not Edge, let me check which section it is. Yeah, inside Edge certificates, there is this minimum TLS version. TLS protocols are basically your protocols which I'm not really aware of. I need to see what it is. I just know that this thing exists. TLS 1.0 पुराना हो चुका है. It's redundant. It's no more valid in 2020. So you have to either go on TLS 1.1 or more than TLS 1.1. So I would personally go for TLS 1.1 over here. Anyone over here has any idea what TLS is?
Yes, I have an idea about it. Can I explain about it?
Yeah, please. Just be quick. Yeah, go ahead.
देखो, हाँ, TLS का मतलब होता है ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर सिक्योरिटी, ठीक है. तो पहले वर्जन चलते थे TLS 1, फिर TLS 1.1 आया, अभी TLS 1.2 आया. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि सर्टिफिकेट्स होते हैं 3. मतलब मैं TLS 1.2 यूज़ किया है और मैं एम्बेडेड इंजीनियर हूँ, तो मुझे हार्डवेयर के अंदर ये सर्टिफिकेट्स यूज़ करने होते हैं. मतलब आप एक तरीके से समझ सकते हैं कि हैंडशेक टाइप की एक प्रोसेस होती है सिक्योरिटी के लिए. बस आपके लिए इतना जानना काफ़ी रहेगा.
सिक्योरिटी के लिए हैंडशेक.
TLS 1.2.
So latest is 1. Latest तो 1.3 है ना. Latest is 1.3. Stable is 1.1 के बाद वाला.
स्टेबल 1.2 है. मोस्टली स्टेबल 1.2 यूज करते हैं लोग. अभी 1.3 भी आ गया है.
चलो, then in that case I would go to 1.2 then. If that is the case, then I'll go to 1.2. चलो, set the TLS to 1.
हार्डवेयर वगैरह में 1.2 यूज करते हैं हम लोग.
Okay. So ये सिर्फ एक mandatory change है. Okay. So sorry for cutting you. Are you done with your answer?
हाँ, अगर लोगों को समझ में आ गया है तो
हाँ
सही है।
ओके, सिर्फ सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड है, सो
नहीं
दैट्स द
नहीं
होल
आया हो
टॉपिक
तो
राइट?
पूछ सकते हैं।
हाँ नहीं आया तो पूछ
हाँ
सकते हैं,
मतलब
गूगल भी
ट्रांसपोर्ट
कर
लेयर
सकते हैं।
सिक्योरिटी, मतलब आपने टीसीपी के 7 लेयर होते हैं ना,
हम्म
उसमें ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर होती है ना, उसकी सिक्योरिटी है ये।
ओके
और उसमें 3 सर्टिफिकेट्स होते हैं। उसमें एक सर्वर, एक पब्लिक की होती है, एक प्राइवेट की होती है, और एक सर्टिफिकेट होता है। फिर उसमें हैंडशेक वाली प्रोसेस होती है और सर्टिफिकेट्स एक्सचेंज होते हैं। तो इससे ये पता चलता है कि होस्ट है वो सही है मतलब।
हम्म ओके परफेक्ट, लेट्स
और
लीव
वो
इट।
सर्टिफिकेट सर्वर साइड से जनरेट होते हैं।
ओके देखो, लेट्स डू वन थिंग ओवर हियर, लेट्स लीव दिस एट पीपल्स डिस्क्रिप्शन। गूगल भी अवेलेबल है सबके लिए, लेट देम जस्ट गूगल एंड फिगर आउट व्हाट टीएलएस इज. But for everyone who is just building a website, know that on Cloudflare you have to make this one single change. Now that we have made that one single change, we have to come again back to DNS. जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था, इसके पहले अगर सारी चेंजेस करने रहते थे, इफ़ वी हैड नो Cloudflare, हम हमारे होस्टिंग के DNS सेक्शन में जाते और अगर कोई नया रिकॉर्ड ऐड करना होता तो ऐड करते. Here that we have connected Cloudflare, we have basically copied the record from Zoho, and this record is something that we are going to paste within Cloudflare as a txt record. I'll click on the add record button. I'll choose txt from this. I'll use @ at the rate basically means the website in itself, self-referential or pointing to itself, and in the content section I'm going to paste something that's provided. I'm going to paste what is being provided by Zoho. What this basically means is WTF Geeks, my domain, has a record with the content, and that content is basically a txt record, and I'm just going to hit save. Once I hit save, let's get back over here. Let's click on verify by txt. Congratulations, your domain wtfgeeks.com has now been verified. Provide a desired username to create your domain-based email. admin@wtfgeeks.com. I'll create an account with admin@wtfgeeks.com. Second is add user. I don't really need a user right now. Your users over here are your multiple domain names like admin@wtfgeeks.com or sumit@wtfgeeks.com or help or support@wtfgeeks.com. I'm happy with one right now. I'll just skip this. Create groups, something that is pretty referential over here. HR का group है, policy का group है, sales का group है. If that's the thing that I want to create within my organization, I can create groups. I can just skip this. I don't really need this. Now I have to configure email delivery. For the emails to be delivered in a proper manner, you have to make sure that MX records are being taken care of in the right place and in the right manner. MX records are the ones that you have to copy paste it to your DNS configurations over here in Cloudflare. I'll click on alt record. In the type, I'll select MX. Where is MX? Okay, we have MX over here. Name is still going to be @ host name is going to be @, that is the name of our own website. I'm going to put @ over here. This is going to be my mail server. TTL is going to be auto. That's basically the timeline in which this entire thing should reflect. Priority, I'll set it to 10. Of course, priority and mail server and type, all of these things are mentioned over here. There's priority 10, 20 and 50. I'll copy the second record. It's MX2 and MX3. Perfect. Coming back. ये तो सही है, इसको सेव कर लेते हैं. Then I'll create one more MX record. Put @ over here. mx2.zoho. This is going to be auto. This is going to be 20. I'll save this. I'll create a third record. mx @ same thing, but instead of 2 I'll have to add 3 over here. Priority is going to be 50. Let's just save it. MX records add हो चुके हैं. Someone's mic needs to be taken care of. Please turn off your mics. So this configuration is also done. Now let's see MX lookup verification. क्या बात है, अभी तक verification हुआ नहीं है. As I said, DNS takes some time to reflect. We just need to wait for some time so that it reflects at its own pace. We've got a question by
I
someone
actually
over
had
here.
a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this 10, 20, 50? This priority? Could you just explain that in brief?
Okay. Frankly, like to be very true to you, even I never tried to research what it is. I literally never tried to research what it is because I knew that I'm going to need this to configure my mails. I haven't really tried to do that. Anyone now in this group wants to attempt? ये तो चलो यार बैकग्राउंड में गूगल पे चेक कर लेते क्या ही चीज़ है.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Umed sir. Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, sir. I wanted to ask you this question. The thing is that I have one of my brother, not brother, one of my cousins. He has a business, right? It's about some vegetables or something. And I have undertook the task of promoting his social media on Instagram. It's basically like Instagram marketing. But the thing is, I wanted to ask this question that am I supposed to, if I have taken his Instagram under my control, am I supposed to also take the photos and everything of the business?
Yeah, absolutely. You are the one who's going to be. If you're doing social media, they're supposed to do everything that's related to his business. At least the marketing side of it, yes.
All right. Because can you explain me detail like what am I supposed to do except all those things?
I would love to do that, but let's absolutely do that once we are done with the WordPress session, because this session is specifically for WordPress, and I don't really want that to interfere with the other students who are actually listening to this session. So I'll be available after this call. If it just DM me and we'll have that conversation.
I'll DM you on Discord.
Okay. And guys, I'll tell you why the MX record when I tried to look up over here, they were not shown, and I know what the reason is now. By the way, someone asked about priority. Whenever a server is being asked for a response, priority decides कि किसको सबसे पहले response जाएगा. If the lower the number, the greater the priority. The first priority would be this, second would be this, and third would be this. So whenever these servers are unreachable, these servers, the mailing servers of Zoho are not when they are unreachable, this would be accessed. The second one would be accessed, and when second is not available, the third would be accessed. So that's literally what priorities stand for. So did I answer your question about priority?
Yeah, bro. Okay.
Yeah, and now
it's Marcel here.
Hello.
I really cannot see any of your names because I don't really have a multi-screen setup right now, but yeah, cool with that.
Hello, sir. So since we're talking about the MX records, I just wanted to add something. This is something I face personally. So if sometimes when a client gives you their DNS records, so this is very new mistake I did when I first was working on this and not researched about it. Never delete the MX records before taking a screenshot, because sometimes you are only supposed to change the domain and not mess with their MX records. So if someone is listening, please don't do this mistake.
Absolutely.
Sometimes their DNS is mapped on Cloudflare. Sometimes it's their own personal internal things. Not always you will require to do those things. Sometimes it's just the subdomain, and it takes a lot of effort to come back on that. So be very careful when you're messing around with the MX record. So that's my 2 cents, because I have faced a lot of trouble in it. I hope no one does.
True, man. That's absolutely right. A great feedback. And actually, yeah, now that I remember my very first days, even I ended up doing something like that. So yeah, man, it's true. It's absolutely true. If you just ended up deleting MX records, it's going to not work well for you. So I'll tell you guys why this entire Zoho records are not reflecting, because we already have another MX record over here that was pulled from the hosting. So this record, we need to delete it. If we delete this, the above MX records are definitely bound to work. Let's get back to our Zoho admin. Now if I do MX lookup, yes, now it's going to work. There is an MX confirmation that's been shown. Perfect. Ye to ho gaya. Then they have SPF records and DKIM records. SPF is very simple to understand. SPF is as good as whenever you don't want your mails to land up in your customers or in your recipient's spam box, you need to have SPF record included. I'll create another TXT record for SPF. I'll come back to DNS management on Cloudflare. I'll click on add record. I'll click on txt @ in content. I'll paste the SPF record. I'll hit save and we are good to go. The SPF records have been added. Coming back to Zoho setup again, there is this thing called DKIM. Now DKIM is basically used to ensure that your emails are delivered properly. At times you might have seen that just the way there are call drops that happen in your phone numbers, emails can also drop. They might just end up in some void on the internet. There are at times your emails won't get sent properly. It's not really necessary in 2020. DKIMs are auto-configured by some of the business mail providers. But if it's available as a service, then why not? You should configure a DKIM if it is available by the service provider. For a DKIM to work, you basically need to have a selector. I'll go and click on edit over here. I'll add a selector. My selector over here is going to be admin. I can add admin or any other email ID that I have created. Since we have created admin, I'll save it as admin. Clicking on that, it's going to give me a txt record and a txt value. I'll just copy paste first part of it, come back to my Cloudflare, create on add a new record, choose txt type. Here I'm going to paste the name. Coming back again to Zoho, I'll copy paste the txt value, get back to Cloudflare, paste the value and click on save. My DKIM record has also been added. I'll just click on back to setup and yeah, that's it. I think that's all. That's all I need. Go to control panel. Everything is configured. SPF, I'll just have to refresh this over here. SPF is also reflecting. DKIM is not reflecting because I had to enable it. I forgot to enable it. So whenever you are inside the domain keys identified mail section, you have to click on enable over here. Click inside, click on verify. There's default selector, it's edit. Selectors का list तो सही है. Now if I get back to control panel again, I think everything is configured. सारे configurations हो चुके हैं. So yeah, I'm good to go. My emails are configured. All the emails, the incoming and the outgoing for my emails is live. So my emails are also now patched with my hosting service provider. Hello, someone was saying something? Cat got my tongue, or am I not audible to anyone? Are we so far so good? Are we on the same page with the emails as well? So far we have configured our hosting and emails and we have connected it to our domain. Are we good so far? Any response? Or have I
would
gone
like to
silent?
ask a question that, hello?
Go ahead.
I'm asking that if my boss have created the email ID, so he can view all of my emails from the Zoho dashboard or what?
Not really. You can have your custom passwords for all your respective users. So नहीं possible नहीं है, boss नहीं देख पाएगा. हाँ, अगर वो hosting के through चला रहा है तो देख पाएगा, Zoho के through नहीं देख पाएगा.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And we use Zoho to sign into the mail ID?
Yeah, we use Zoho to sign into the mail ID. So whenever you want to sign up, you have to go on mail.zoho.com. And over here, you need to add your username and password, your email ID and password basically. So I'll just go to this top right corner. I have access Zoho mail. And here it is, admin@wtfgeeks.com. My mail ID is up and running. So the mails are also configured. Now we are directly going to jump to the WordPress wala setup because now it's already 11:56. Let's try to wrap up the WordPress setup as soon as possible. So yeah, I've created a package. यहाँ पे हमने छोड़ा था. The last time we had a conversation over the hosting package, this was the last that we were at. I'd basically go to my hosting packages. In your case, it's going to be different. You're going to receive the logins, individual logins for your hosting packages if you have registered with me. I would directly jump to wtfgeeks.com. I'll try to log into a cPanel. So a standard cPanel throughout every other hosting platform looks somewhat same. A cPanel is going to have their file manager. You'll get your email configurations. You'll get your web tools, which will include phpMyAdmin or databases, changing the PHP version, PHP configurations, managing DNS, subdomains, SSH, and all the other jazz. Like even one-click installers is what you would find. The first and the foremost configuration that I need to do over here is change the PHP version. I'll set it to the latest one, that's 7.4. The default version is set at PHP 7.0. You can configure this and change it to whichever version you want. I would preferably keep it 7.4. I change the PHP version. Now that I've set the PHP version, I would go and directly install WordPress. Now how do I install WordPress over here? Nowadays, I won't say almost, every other hosting package provides you a one-click installer. These are all the services that you'll find within your one-click installers. I would preferably go for WordPress over here. I'm inside the WordPress installer. I don't need a directory, so I'll just leave it blank. My domain is being selected. I'll click on install WordPress. It will take like 5 or 10 seconds in the background, but yeah, that's fair. Meanwhile, I've opened Elements Envato. Since we are going to build a personal portfolio, maybe a personal portfolio, something like a resume thing, let's search for resume themes. I'd go to resume section. I'll click search. I'll click resume. I'll put resume in the search section. I'll go to the WordPress templates. Where is WordPress, by the way? Not CMS, not stock videos. Okay, WordPress. That's it. One click installer. The setup is complete. Now, if I go on WTFgeeks.com for the first time, it's going to ask me for my language. Now this is where things are going to mess up 110%. Yeah, I'm glad it's beautiful, amazing. I'll just hide it first and then I'll change the password altogether. Site title WTF Geeks. We the frustrate geeks. Let's capitalize all. Username, I preferably keep sudo at times. Email ID, I'll keep my standard email ID. Search engine visibility, I would initially discourage search engines unless I'm building the website, and then I'll install WordPress. And I'm good to go. The installation is hardly going to take any time. All I have to do is log in. Okay, my WordPress website is up and running. My WordPress website is pretty much live. This is where we are. There are a few things that we are going to do, but first of all, let me figure out a theme that I want to use for my website. Okay, I see there are at least 46 themes over here. In the compatibility version, I'll see there's Bootstrap, easy digital downloads, and there are Elementor based WordPress themes. I'll choose Elementor as a filter because I personally I love Elementor. I would recommend everyone to go with Elementor. And let's see the resume themes that we have over here. As I said, few ways that I choose to look into a particular theme. I start with the thumbnail. I see that this, okay, let's just go back first. Looks good, looks clean looking at the images, has got Elementor made by some artist called Kavart. Okay, this is fair. This is also decent. Someone needs to take care of their mic, please. Looks like a typical artist resume, not needed. This seems beautiful. I'll just open this in a new tab. Not a lot of information. Looks for a makeup artist. Guys, someone needs to turn off the microphone.
Self-obsessed. I think your mic is on.
You can even turn off the microphone personally. Like you can turn off others' microphones over here. बहुत स्टैंडर्ड डिज़ाइन दिख रहा है. Not really fancy. I don't love it. Creative, okay, decent. I think this sort of experience you'll get with time when looking at a particular theme itself, you can understand कि होता कैसे चीज़ें चलती कैसी है. I don't see anything fancier in Elementor over here. Let's see if we can find other templates as well. This looks interesting for a resume. This looks interesting for a resume. Again, getting that grip of themes, understanding how themes work, that's going to take some time, but that definitely comes with practice. The more you look into themes, the more you'll understand how those themes are going to turn out for you. Okay. I know this. I think this is beautiful. Let's consider this. Pretty standard themes. I think I've shortlisted 4 or 5 over here. There's a blog, there's homepage. Looks like pretty artisty. I don't really want to do this. I want a very simple blogging platform, and I want to add my resume. I still don't see sections for my resume. I see that there are a few sections from the images for experience. Projects. Guys, even you can contribute. You can let me know if you like a particular theme or not. You can start commenting on these themes because they are open right in front of you. I love that theme. This seems interesting. Let's check the live preview. I hope I'm audible because all of a sudden everyone has gone silent.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, this is basically for blogs. Oh, interesting. This looks good. These are your personal portfolios, actually.
Hi, sir. So since we are on the themes topic, I just had one personal question. How safe do you think it is to get these themes from Telegrams or like free sources?
Absolutely not. They can be nulled. They are not really safe at times. And come on, these are themes. Developers have taken efforts to build these. They deserve some amount of money for that. So if you are really in a position to pay, you should. Even right now, where I'm searching, it's called Elements Envato. I've pretty much paid for it. I think I'll be helping the members over here as well if they want any themes. Of course, I've had a condition for that. You need to convince me why I should give you that theme, and I would be more than happy to do that as well. Very simple.
So just to get like, have you faced any personal issue? Like, I've not. So have you faced any personal issue wherein you got a theme that is like very shady theme? It looks very fancy, but you got it for free, and then later on time you found something is messing up with it. Have you faced some issue like that?
See, I don't really use such themes for my clients, but what I do is I do tend to experiment with pirated themes. What I do is just to see and check all the features of a particular theme, I download those themes, I run them on localhost, and I've seen so many themes messing up with my entire system at times. लैंग्वेजेस चेंज हो जाते हैं, फुटर में और हेडर में थोड़े अजीबोगरीब कोड दिखने लग जाता है. So I pretty much stay away from null themes. I just experiment with those just to check if they satisfy all the features that I need, and if I'm satisfied with all the features for my clients, then I end up buying those themes.
Okay, Sumit, I wanted to ask something. Like experimenting with null theme on the local host, like will it mess my computer as well?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This.
And what are your thoughts on GPL Vault if you get a themes from there, like a paid membership and then get themes from over there?
GPL Vault, not really sure what exactly that is, man.
It's like an open so you pay once and then you get all the themes and plugins from there. You know, like
Yeah,
And for
that's
one client, they give me the access for this, and that is when I got to realize, okay, there's something called this.
yeah, even I
It's
do
for
that.
WordPress.
See, so right now my current themes that you're seeing, they are on Elements Envato. Similar, it's something similar to that. It's like Netflix for themes. Not just themes, they have stock videos, templates, music, sound effects, graphics, and everything. I've paid a premium subscription of $199 annual, and I use this. So, chalta hai, matlab, this is absolutely fine because you get to download with licenses.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, perfect.
Hey Sumit, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but the voice is coming on the stream.
The
Like
voices, what?
people's voice are coming.
I'm sorry, man. People's voice is coming on the stream is what you mean to say.
Like when you are talking to people on the Discord, the voice is coming.
Perfect, यार, amazing. I think, yeah, I was not really sure of the solution, but अगर वैसा हो रहा है तो glad we have achieved that. अभी लोगों के सवाल भी सुनाई देगी.
I
That's
was
like a
just
good
like,
thing.
you said it's not coming, so when I saw it, I was like,
Perfect, amazing. Now people can also listen to the questions that we have.
yeah.
Great. So I'll
Go ahead.
just quickly wrap up with this themes wala part. I think I'm going to go for, I'm not really sure. The first one was good. Thomas was really nice. This was a bit messy. So again, while we were discussing, I saw that few of the CSS elements in this particular theme were messed up. Didn't really like it. That's why I closed it. बाकी ये और एक थीम था उसका भी CSS थोड़ा फटा हुआ लग रहा था. Not really clean. Let's see what Unrover has got to offer us. Download CV, discover. Oh, amazing. Just let me finish this Unrover wala part and then we'll move on to your question. Oh, damn, this is beautiful. Okay, I think I'm in love with this theme. Looks very clean, looks very sophisticated. There's a download button as well. Portfolio. Let's see how project portfolios look like. Blogger. Okay. Oh, there's. Oh, okay. It's like a pop-up. Then it's more beautiful actually. You have your full length, full width images. You can go on to the next one as well. That's perfect. There's a launch button to directly take to the project. Client, date, services. Amazing. Portraits. Oh, okay. This is available in a grid format. So no matter what format you want to, you can post these portfolio material. There's a scope. You can add video as well in portfolio. Lightbox audio as well. Okay. SoundCloud integration. That's perfect. And if I click on close, okay, this is also Ajax based. I think I absolutely love this theme. I think this is a complete theme in itself for a client who is a consultant. Blogs also look pretty clean, at least the main blogs wala section. Let's see how a particular blog article would look like. They've got home, back to blogs, search. Oh, search is nice. Links to social media channel, subtitle. There's a search button. There are categories. Subscribe to newsletters. Perfect. You have this section. There are trending posts as well. There are recent posts as well. There are recent comments as well. There's archive. Blogs are also pretty sophisticated in their design. बहुत clean दिख रहा है. There's a comment. Okay, there's a tag section over here. There are related post. There's previous post. There's comment section. Leave comment. Copyright footer. I think I've already found my theme. I think I'm going with this. And again, this fancier element of animation. Perfect. I love this. I'm going with Unrover. Download. I'll do this under Intellico Labs. Add and download. So this is what I was talking about when I say that I can provide license. All I need to do is, if you are proving yourself that you need a particular theme from me, you just need to tell me your client name. I'll add your client name and I can download it. Add it to the license and download. Perfect.
What's the name of the theme?
Unrover. Let's go to desktop, save it. Okay, this is my client. We can just skip that part. Extracted. So let's see what all do we get with our theme first. Within Unrover, there is documentation, theme documentation. That's perfect. Just a txt file taking us to a link. There's licensing, there's sample data, and then there are theme files. There's a parent theme. Okay, there seem to be 2 versions of it. Perfect. And then there is child theme as well. Okay, sorted. Let's come to my dashboard. So whenever I am on a WordPress setup, the first thing that I do is add a plugin. This is a plugin that I never miss out on. I just go to plugin section. So again, before jumping to the plugin section, let me just give you a small overview of what all things are a part of WordPress ecosystem. Your dashboard is your main dashboard. Sare unnecessary updates, necessary updates, all the stuff that's not really that important, but you can see almost everything on the dashboard. Within dashboard, there is a home section, there is update section. If any of your plugin or any of your theme has any update, it would show up in the update section. Your post section basically allows you to create blog post. Media section is like your image gallery where you can just drop your images, just the way you have your media gallery in your phone. This is something similar to that. Pages are all the pages that your website has. All the pages that you want to create, all the pre-existing pages, they are a part of your pages system. Anyone tries to comment anything on your page, you can read those comments in comment section. Appearance, you have themes, customization, widgets, menus, background and theme editors, something that we'll cover in the later stage. Plugins are like your small mini apps or mini features that you can add on top of your themes. Now that's what enables your WordPress website to go a step ahead with their functionality. There is users, you can have multiple users with multiple roles who can log in. So imagine it this way, I am the IT guy, I'm building the entire theme, but I don't want content writers to see all the themes and other pages. I don't want them to fidget around with the website, and that's where I create a new user, giving them the role of a content writer, maybe a role of editor. That person would only be able to add post, and he won't be able to fidget around with the website. Again, within tools, random stuff that we can discuss with time. Settings, important stuff but can be discussed with time. Stack cache is something that's hosting specific, something that my hosting provider gives. We can pretty much ignore that. So the first thing, as I said, I'm going to do is I'm going to add a plugin. There's a plugin that's available in the market, goes by the name WP Reset. I already have a version of it. The reason why I'm using version 1.5 is because that's the last stable and last good version that they have. I think currently they have version 1.8, which is really nice. I don't really prefer using it because some of its features are paid. I would still stick to an older version. So yeah, they do have a version 1.8. I still prefer using 1.5. What this plugin basically allows me to do is I'll go in tools. You'll find WP Reset over here. But if I just click on open WP Reset tools, what it would basically do for me is it will clear all the kachra I currently have on my website. It will delete all the post pages, custom post type, comments, default database tables, custom tables, and all of it. All I need to do is come here, come to the reset section, hit reset WordPress, and it would reset everything for me. That's why I would use the WP Reset tools. Yeah, someone had a question now. Yeah, go ahead with your question, please.
No question, buddy. Ojas this side, what's up?
Yeah, Ojas. Hi, man. I think I'm almost done with my session, and I think I'm at the last part. We're almost done with the entire WordPress setup. That's what's happening over here right now.
Go on, I'll wait.
Yeah, please. Install WP Reset. Everything is pretty much done. By the way, Ojas, if you want, there's this YouTube link that I have provided or someone has provided in the WordPress channel. You can just jump if you want to join the session as well. If you want to see what we are doing.
Sure.
Now that I've installed that plugin, I think it's high time. I think it's the right time I can install my theme. Again, you'll find some 2 or 3 default themes over here. You can delete it through WP Reset. You can delete it through your main themes panel. I'll just hit delete, and I'll just make sure I get rid of those because these are the ones that I'm not going to need or use at all. Installing a theme is very easy. I'll just have to click on add new, click on upload theme, choose files, go to my desktop. Within the package, I have themes. I have got two themes. There's a parent theme and there's a child theme. I'll explain quickly what a parent and a child theme does. A parent theme comes with all the features and functionality. A child theme is a minified version of your theme. So at any given point in time, you want to experiment with any piece of code, if you want to experiment with any piece of CSS, all the hard-coded changes you can apply on the child theme. So at a later given point in time, even if you end up updating the parent theme, all the changes would still stay right in place because you have made changes, or rather you have updated the parent theme and the child theme is not updated. It would just stick around with all the changes that you have made in the code part of it. समझ में आ गया चाइल्ड और पेरेंट का डिफरेंस? Guys have gone super silent. Either I am I need some sort of feedback, or I might just go on blabbering and then all of a sudden I get to know that the call is disconnected or something. So yeah.
So you're using the parent theme, right?
Yes, I just installed the parent theme. Now I'll be installing the child theme. Install the child theme as well.
Download the.
But Sumit,
can we download the plugins and the themes and keep separately? The ones that are already available.
Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, guys, happy Independence Day. And now getting back to the question. Someone was asking a question. Please go ahead.
Without applying a child theme, how can we know that these are the changes we need to take place?
I'm sorry. Without applying child theme, how do we get to know the changes?
If I had already applied a parent theme right now, as you had applied, okay, and I am experimenting with the child theme, but that child theme need to be applied first, no?
हाँ तो यही तो करा मैंने. So what I did was I installed the parent theme, and then I installed the child theme, and then there is an activate button that you'll see below every theme. What I did was, when I got the installation done, I clicked on the activate button, and that's why you'll see that there's this unrover shell that's active.
So the experiment part has to be done before means on a child theme.
Yeah, right? I would personally recommend. See, I'll narrow down the experiments for you. CSS changes, function changes, and class changes. These are the only changes that you can do with a WordPress theme file. And all these three kind of changes you can do it on your child theme, and do them on the child theme.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Perfect. So whenever you are done installing a child theme and a parent theme, WordPress is definitely going to push this sort of notification. The theme recommends the following plugins. Few themes do that, few themes don't. They have better ways to even showcase this. Now this particular theme is recommending me so many plugins, so I'll just hit on begin installing plugins. Few might be recommended, few might be mandatory. For them, almost everyone is recommended. I'll just click on all, bulk action message aake install, and I'll install all these plugins that they've asked me to. Of course, there's Elementor Page Builder. Loco Translate is used for translating themes to different languages. MailChimp for WordPress, Word and Click demo import. I think Pixelwall Cores is a pre-packaged. I think this is something that comes with the theme itself. Regenerate thumbnails. You can create multiple thumbnails for the images that you upload. SVG support. Self-explanatory in itself. The last one was Popular Post. I think it's basically used for figuring out which post received the most number of views, and accordingly it would arrange those posts in a manner where you can show on your website which has been the most popular post. Now that all these plugins are installed, I think they are updated, they are activated as well. Just the way for a theme, whenever you install a particular theme, you have to first install it and then activate it. Similarly for plugins, you have to install them first and then you have to activate. I think they have installed and activated both. दोनों चीजें कर दिए, पता नहीं exactly, हाँ activate भी कर दिया. So yeah, I am done with the entire setup so far. जितना भी themes से expectations थे वो मैंने सारे कर दिए. Right now if I go and visit, you might already start seeing changes, small changes here and there. Yes, my title is visible, the theme ka CSS elements and small finite details in the design, they are visible. Now that Microphone, guys, microphone. Very disturbing, actually. So now that we are done with this installation of the theme, the first thing that I would do is import demo data. I know that most of the themes come with this particular option called import demo data. For our theme also, I know that there would have been this option, and I see that I can import demo data. I have all these demos right in front of me. We saw the Jason Statham wala demo, which was good enough. I think Jake Challenger also looks good enough, at least the design part or the font part of it. What it basically does is all the demos that we saw for Unrover. So Unrover was the name, right? No, I don't really remember the name. Let's go and search for resume and then I'll go to the theme.
Unrover was the...
Yeah, Unrover was the name. Yeah, perfect. Let's go to the live preview. Let's just check if there's a major difference between the other copies as well. I like the font of Jake Challenger. Let's see what sort of color schemes they have. Okay, there's a black and white sort of color scheme. There's a red highlighter. This looks much better actually, I guess. There's a yellow sort of color that they have for the tinge. Same thing, there's the colors are different and the font looks pretty polished. I would go with this particular one. I'll just come here below, I'll click on import and I'll import the entire package. So what it basically imports for me is it will import all the pages, categories, images, custom post types, and I think almost everything that you get to see in the demo. So ये demo में आपको जितना भी देखने को मिलेगा वो सारी चीज़ें import कर लेगा. Let's see how long it takes to import this. But I think once the import is done, we'll pretty much be done with our website. Like we'll have a ready finished product, and then later on all we need to do is go and make the text changes and image changes. So for many of you guys over here who might have seen this for the very first time, इतना ही simple होता है WordPress का setup. इतना simple होता है. All the steps that you have seen so far, these are the only steps that you need to follow. If you follow them religiously, you will reach a particular point where if your imagination of your client's website is very close to the theme, I think just after importing, all you need to do is make image changes, make color changes, and make text changes. Okay, the import has been done. If I now go on WTF Geeks, let's see what we see. Sorted, guys. We are done. We're pretty much done. It has imported each and everything that we actually needed. Yeah, someone has a question over here. Go ahead.
Okay, कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि मतलब जैसे क्लाइंट के जो बिजनेस मतलब उस टाइप उसके मतलब क्लोज कोई थीम नहीं मिला हो तो क्या करना होगा?
तो तभी हम स्क्रैच से बनाते हैं. तभी सारी चीजें स्क्रैच से बनती है और कैसी बनती है वो मैं अभी आपको दिखाता हूँ. So when I said everything got imported, I mean everything, like literally everything. If I see inside pages, पहले आपको शायद 2 ही pages दिखते हैं. Now you'll see 10 pages over here. About us page, contact us page, from the blog, home page, all of these pages are imported. Let's go to the about page. So this is how a typical about page would look. An about page running independently, this is how it would look. And here is the Elementor version of the about page, the editable version of the about page. Of course, I'll layer inside this. What you see over here, that's the Gutenberg editor, something which I absolutely don't recommend. I'll just click on edit with Elementor and let's see ये कहाँ लेके जाता है. I'll just reduce the screen size so that we'll have a better way to look at the screen. Firebox changes. Okay, got it. So I'll show how easy, how literally easy it is. So the entire website over here is divided into multiple blocks. Every single block can be considered as a row and a column in itself. This particular thing you see over here, it's one single row. This particular thing you see over here is a row with 2 columns. Particular row with 4 columns. You see these extreme edges? These are columns within Elementors, and this entire section is called a row. Everything is editable within Elementor. You'll find an edit button at the corner of all these images and all these placeholders. So now if I have to edit this, about me, services, maybe instead of services I'll add, what do I add? What can I do for you? If I have to change a particular image.
Change the font.
Change the font. Okay, there are 2 ways actually to change the font, and I need to figure that out first. Normally what happens is, if you want to change a font, you would come to this particular section, go in advanced. I think advanced में तो option होगा ही नहीं इनका. Yeah, they might be having some internal option. Since even I am using this theme for the first time with you guys, even this is a learning experience for me. So please bear with me. Documentation पढ़ के समझना पड़ेगा again कि इनका font कहाँ से change किया जा सकता है. But of course, I think there might be some or the other thing right over here. Let's see within customize. Normally within customize you'll see the typography section. देखते हैं इसके अंदर कुछ मिलता है या नहीं. Additional CSS, home page, widgets, menu, sidebar, single post button. Let's check within general. Oh yes, within the general section you have the body text color, you have the link color, link hover color, primary color, section title, underline color,
body
and
font.
here we have body font. They have used all the Google fonts, so we can just change the Google font from here. Any Google font that you want to recommend?
But we can't have a specific font for a specific block.
We can have a specific font for a specific block, but that can be done with the help of CSS. So here what they have done is they have gone a step ahead with sorting things for us. What they've basically done over here is they have a body font, they have a heading font, and then they also have customizations a step ahead for those headings as well. Even for subheading they have a different font. I think an entire website can completely be divided into those sections, and to maintain that level of consistency you can apply a particular typography for a particular section. So I think this is one good way that's given by theme service providers. Individually change करना possible है, CSS से possible है. There are GUI based CSS tools as well. One of the most famous ones is Yellow Pencil. With those you can change each and every element to its absolute core. You can not just change their color, you can change their font, size, and everything that you want to. So Yellow Pencil is the tool.
So along with WordPress, you suggest learning CSS as well?
Yeah, CSS anytime. CSS is a really important thing for any website. I would anytime recommend. If you can learn it, please go ahead with it. That's how I would say.
Is that the primary language you would suggest learning, or is there something like that?
It's not really a language. It's just like scripting language that you can use for WordPress. Works really well for WordPress, can be used universally. CSS applies universally. So if you can, then why not? I personally recommend go for it. हो सकता है तो कर लो. CSS helps a lot with time. Now what I see over here for this particular section, this above section was very easy to edit because I see it's just a section title. If I come on this particular section, I see this is a Pixelverse service. If I go to the content section, I can have a title copyright. There's a description as well. Here I see an image that I can choose. Basically, if I want to change this image, I would click on select image. I can again first I guess I need to remove the image and then I need to select. Why is it not working? Okay, this is a new thing that I've learned right now. It's not really working. It's absolutely not working. Let me see if they have a separate section for services. No, they don't. So what should I do if I want to change these images? like literally nothing. So trial and error is the key. So what I would do is, now that I know the basic structure of Elementor, and for everyone over here, the basic structure goes this way. There is a row and you can have multiple columns within the row. Let me try to replicate something like this below the section, like at the bottom of this section, or at the bottom of this page. Here I can create my own new section. I'll basically create a row with 3 columns. If I click on this plus sign, I'll get all the basic elements that I can add. Not just basic, there are pro elements as well. There are elements that fall under the general category. There are elements that fall under the WordPress category, WooCommerce category, and site category. I can pick any of these and then I can build on top of these. Let's choose a basic image. I'll just take an image, I'll drag and drop it over here. To choose that particular image, I can basically click on that image. I can upload that particular thing, or I can go to the media library and choose from there. Let's see those small pencils that we saw, if they are available. Yeah, they are. I'll click on insert media, and yeah, the media is populated. Image, choose image, computer, insert. I can absolutely choose what size I want. I can have a large, medium, small, thumbnail. Let's choose medium in this case. For this pencil, let's choose medium again. Perfect. Pretty straightforward, guys. Now, do you really want me to explain each and every single element, or do you think that with this current setup that I have explained, you guys can go and experiment with this particular Elementor section? Because Elementor is pretty much self-explanatory for everyone. All you can do is you can create multiple sections, you can edit multiple sections, you can design, delete, do whatever you want. Even if I create a particular row, if I need to add a title over here, I'll take heading, I'll paste it over here. All I can do is add your heading text. I can align it at center. I can use it as H1 to H4, whichever tag I want, I can go with it. In the style section, I can decide what the text color is going to be, the typography. So someone who asked me, can I individually change the typography? Yes, you can. For few elements within Elementor, you can. This is the way you can actually do it. In the advanced section, you can add a margin for this particular block. You can add padding for this particular block. So if I decide to add, I'll just basically link all the values together. And then I'll create a padding of 10 pixels over 10 pixels at the top, 10 pixels at bottom. And that way I can have a padding set for everyone.
Padding and margin.
Padding अंदर से होता है, margin बाहर पे लगता है. So if this is the title and if I'm having padding for this particular section, padding जो है ये इसके बाहर वाला जो space बचता है इन दोनों के बीच में, let me just increase this value and I'll show you how. Text का top section, this entire region, this is padding. If I have margin is this section. So this is 100, this is 100, but everything is applied for this particular row that you see. Padding यहाँ पे बैठ गया, margin यहाँ पे बैठ गया.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I add the image and the text together?
Absolutely. You might find the.
At the top, so
Absolutely.
drop
Why
the image
not?
also along beside the text.
Yeah. So there are multiple sections you have. One of those is image. Other is icon. There definitely should be some section where you can add the image and the title at the same time. Flipbox is one of those.
Like for example, in the services, over there they had both the image and the text.
See, so there is an image box over here. There's an image box that you can actually use. If I place an image box over here, I have the image, I have a title, I also have a description. Let's see the services wala block. I couldn't really find the services wala block. Let's see if I can find that. I'll just come here, I'll type services. Here I type SERV. Yeah, we have got Pixel Vault services, the one that we just saw above. If I just bring it over here and I'll drop it, I can add a title, test, QWERTY as the description. I can choose an image. So I don't know why, but I'm facing issues with this particular section only. Like ये जो ऊपर के जितने भी services के edits थे, I couldn't really change the images for those. I am trying to click on this, but ये काम नहीं कर रहा है. So I see that this is the bug that I've like lately encountered, like with you guys only, of course. I think this is a bug with this particular theme कि ये जो इनके internal tools है वो काम नहीं कर रहा है. So it's better that we have, now that we have the design aspect of it ready, I'll just delete everything that I see over here. I'll just delete all these sections and I'll start building a section of my own. Because I think
So
I've
just
pretty
can we
much
add a
figured
section
out.
in between as well?
What do you mean in between as well?
Shift it right.
Yeah, or see, so there are two ways. Okay, there are two ways that you can do it. You can basically take this, click over here, drag this wherever you want. That's one way you can actually do it. Second is Elementor comes with a navigator. If you just right click, there's this thing called navigator that pops up. Navigator basically is an entire overview of your website. So right now, if I want to go to that particular section, I can just click on that. If I want this section to go 2 steps below, I'll just take it, यहाँ से drag करके मैं यहाँ पे नीचे drop कर दूँगा, and yeah, it would rearrange that for me. So this is another way you can rearrange or reorder the entire website within Elementor.
So you'll actually mess around a bit and learn.
Yeah, exactly. For this, you guys need to mess around a bit and learn. So,
excuse me, Sumit.
Sumit.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Ask.
Actually, what happens is when you upload high quality images on a website, the images take time to load. Do you have any life hack or something for that? As in,
yeah. So what I basically do is I serve images in the WebP format. Now you might be wondering what WebP format is. WebP is a new internet standard which is compatible with almost every other browser, leaving Safari aside. What it basically does is it compresses image to extreme levels. WebP Express is one of those plugins that I use. Yeah, here it is. What this plugin will do is it will convert all your current images into WebP format, and whenever a compatible browser is something that you come across, the website on that particular browser, on that compatible browser, will load images in a WebP format. If I just have to give you a difference, if there is an image worth 5 MB, you can get it down to literally 50 KB with by serving it as WebP. So that's one way. Second is you can run a CDN. You can run images on a CDN. Image CDNs are available in market. Cloudinary is one real good service. It's expensive, of course. It's expensive, but you can serve images through Cloudinary as well. There is Max CDN, which happens to be another CDN. What they basically do is they distribute your images throughout the globe on their own servers, and that way the images load in a much faster way. Of course, there is another plugin called WP Faster Cache. I think Total Cache, not really Faster Cache. I think Total Cache naam hai uska.
Yeah.
Let me see what's the name.
So what about the quality when you use the?
Yeah, W3 Total Cache. किसकी क्वालिटी की बात कर रहे हो आप?
WP Smushit करके भी है.
Yeah, Smushit. Okay, I'll tell you what Smushit does. What basically Smushit does is it compresses your image in a lossless format or on a lossful format, whichever format you want. Compression is different and serving in a different format is different. Serving it as WebP would actually change the entire format of the image. Compressions are extreme, but the quality is still retained in WebP format. So I think Elliot was asking about the image quality. By using WebP images, the quality is still retained if you go for lossless compression. So before all of you guys see, it's already 12:41. It's already very late. So what I can do right now is I can quickly tell you to go and download Flywheel or go on localwp.com or Flywheel. Just go and search for Flywheel localhost. Start creating your new sites on this Flywheel just for you guys, just to experiment with this particular theme, because this is the theme that I'm building with you guys today. I'll create a universal license for everyone and I'll drop this theme on the WordPress channel right now. So anyone wants to experiment on their local machines or anywhere you want to, make use of this theme and experiment. And I would want to see by the end of these multiple sessions that we are having, if someone ends up using this particular theme, I would be more than happy to see that happen.
Thanks, man.
It's already 12:42 today. I know the session started late because there was a sales pitch going on. I think we've learned decent enough today. इसका फिर से एक बार कल रिविजन कर लेंगे. But so far, are you guys clear about how to get started with the configurations? How to link your domain with hosting? How to also link your mail service with your hosting? And what are the few initial steps for literally getting your website up and running? Because technically अभी देखा जाए तो मेरी website almost complete है. I just need to change text here and there, change the images here and there, and I think I'd be good to go. So I think for this entire live session, go ahead please.
ये जैसे किसी वेब पेज में if I wanted to add a video, how would I do that?
How would you do that?
You see YouTube video plays on websites, right?
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Look what I'm doing right now. I've created a new row. Within the row, if I click on this plus icon, I'll search for a widget. I'll see if there is any scope for video. Yes, there is. I'll drag and drop the video over here. I can literally run a YouTube link inside that video placeholder. I can decide the source, whether it should be from YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, or self-hosted. If it's self-hosted, I can literally upload my own video over here. If it's from YouTube, I can just choose YouTube, add the YouTube link over here. In the style section, I can choose the aspect ratio. In the advanced section, I can choose the size, length, breadth, everything that I want. And yeah, this is how I would add a video.
Okay, would you mind also telling us how to migrate from localhost to an actual hosting?
That's
not
the
today,
last part.
That's tomorrow.
That's not tomorrow, definitely, because that's the last part of your website. So that is something that would happen on the very last day. वो होगा, definitely होगा. I do that with the help of the plugin Duplicator Pro. I would be using the same plugin to help you understand how to migrate your website. But I think for today, this is more than enough. Thank you so much guys for patiently listening to me. Questions कल ही continue करेंगे. आज के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया. Even I need to rush now. But if you guys have found my session insightful, if you guys might have found my session useful, I am expecting those AV coins because I am not receiving those AV coins. Looking forward for those. Yeah. Chalo guys,
Bro,
see you
just
tomorrow.
one thing if you could explain tomorrow.
Yeah, tell
is
me.
the
Go ahead.
sliding motions and introducing the motion videos in that, or how to do the sliding effects or the animation part of it. How do we get around that? Any plugins for that, or how do we do that?
Okay, let's do it tomorrow. No problem. It's available within. So right now, if there's this particular row that I have, I can choose a particular element as well, or I can choose an entire row. So if I go to the style section and advanced section, I think it's style or advanced. I need to figure out. Yeah, it's within the advanced section. You actually have motion effects, entrance animations. You can choose a literal animation. You can choose fade in. You can use zoom. You can use rotate. Not just this entire row. You can do it for individual elements as well. So if I go in advanced, and here if I go to motion effects, I can choose the animations for that particular single element as well. So it's as simple as that. Choose that particular element, go in advanced section, go in motion effects, choose entrance animation, and you're done. You can choose the duration, you can choose the delay, and then there's a huge list of all the animations that you would want.
Okay, and also if we want to create approximately a continuous sliding covering the entire width of the page.
Okay.
Slide covering the entire width of the page, like the running slides that they have of pictures and videos right at the home page when you enter.
Then there is this amazing section called carousel. There's a media carousel, there's an image carousel, testimonial carousel, and yeah, I think these three are available with Elementor right now. What you can basically do is you can post an image carousel over here, you can just bring it over here, choose all the images that you want. You can choose multiple images, of course. I'll choose an uncle. Oh no, let's not go with these. Let's go with those fine icons. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Choose 10. If you want, you can add captions, insert gallery. Yeah, here it is. You can, for these, you can set the size as well. I'll change the size to medium. थोड़ा बड़ा बना देते हैं इसे. Slides to show, the default number is I think 3. I can make it 5. So I can see 5 images at a particular point in time. Slides to scroll, how many should scroll? I think 1 should be enough. Every time there should be just one element that should scroll at a particular given time. Do I want to stretch it? No, I don't. Do I want arrows and dots? There is an arrow, I can see a faint arrow. I can just keep arrows or dots or none. I think none should be much better. If I want to create links for all those media files, I can create custom URLs for each and every. So had these been my client logos, I would use custom URLs for those.
Directing to the website.
Yeah, directing to their individual websites. And I think there should be an option where I can choose the speed or the duration, which I don't really see over here. I don't know why. Maybe I can see it in styles on advanced.
Scroll down a bit. Scroll down a bit.
Let's go to content and see over here. It said, oh, additional options. Yeah, there's a speed of an option. There's animation speed. There is autoplay speed. These are basically milliseconds. So if I just make it 1000, I think that's going to go decent fast compared to the previous settings that we had. Of course, ये सब करने के बाद click on the update button and we are good to go. I think 1000 equals to 10 seconds. Let's just make it 100. Let's see what we get when we keep it 100.
Okay, and if we want to cover the width of the page, the entire width of the page number.
See, if we really want to cover that, I think that
like
see
right at the top, the cover image that there is, the width of that is similar to that. Suppose I want the video to play at that width. How do I do
see, I doubt that is going to. I doubt that's going to happen because right now for our website, especially for our website is a bit tricky. Our website is a block in itself. So if you go and see this about section, the about section is not edge to edge. It is literally this small box that we have. So I think they've optimized the changes in a manner that the entire thing fits inside that particular block.
फुल स्क्रीन स्लाइडर प्लगइन है तो यूज कर सकते हो. अगर एक्स्ट्रा ऐड करना है, हीरो सेक्शन अगर बनाना है, आई गेस वो हीरो सेक्शन की बात कर रहा है कि स्टार्टिंग के लैंडिंग पेज पे जो हीरो सेक्शन है वहाँ पे उसको फुल स्क्रीन स्लाइडर चाहिए.
Achha, okay, for that there is slider, there's Smart Slider 3, the one that you have just mentioned, that's one. There's Revolution Slider, that's another amazing plugin. If that's what you're asking for, this is your
that
answer.
is the entire width of the page.
Yeah.
I was saying because these cover just the center, not the entire page.
Yeah. So that's theme, that changes from theme to theme. Right now I've chosen a theme that in itself is very restrictive. It's just like a block.
Okay.
इसीलिए वो ऐसे दिख रहा है. So the theme you choose is the way you can configure this. So guys,
so it depends on the theme. And
yeah, it depends on the team. Absolutely, it depends on the team. Okay, so guys, it's already very late. I would really have to leave today. So if anyone has any questions, get them on the WordPress group. There are multiple people on this WordPress channel and they are super smart. They would be more than happy to answer your questions. But for now, I need to take your leave. Thank you all for showing your extreme patience. If you like what I'm doing right now, I'm looking for those app coins. I want those app coins coming from you guys right now.
So will you be coming back?
This session is going to, no, I doubt it, man. Today I think it's a bit difficult, but let's see, I'll try.
So, hello.
Yeah, so, okay, someone is trying to speak from a very long time. Let him complete first.
ध्रुव बोल रहा हूँ।
हाँ ध्रुव बोलो।
थीम्स की बात अभी जो प्रैक्टिस के लिए चल रही थी, मेरे पास एनवाटो की ही एक थीम है, मल्टीपर्पस बिजनेस थीम, जिसको अगर चाहिए तो मैं वर्डप्रेस में ड्रॉप कर दूंगा।
ठीक है,
तो
परफेक्ट।
ले सकता है।
आप ड्रॉप कर दो, मैं ये वाली थीम भी लोगों के लिए अवेलेबल करवा रहा हूँ। सो या
मेरे पास भी लाइसेंस वाली है, तो इशू नहीं है। एनवाटो की है थीम पर, मेरे पास एक्स्ट्रा है, तो मेरे लिए यूज की नहीं है, तो अगर किसी को चाहिए तो ले सकता है। wordpress.org में मैं ड्रॉप कर दूंगा, बिकॉज़ कल करूंगा, क्योंकि अभी तो मैं फोन से हूं, तो कल कर दूंगा।
Perfect. Well, thank you guys. I would be taking your leave today. Thank you so much for showing patience, and yeah, we'll connect soon. It's a Saturday tomorrow, and on Saturdays and Sundays I have some priorities which I'm not really sure how I'm going to maintain those. I'll try my level best to come tomorrow, but if that doesn't happen in any case, we'll still be having these sessions on weekdays. So if in case if I don't end up coming tomorrow, we'll still continue this on Monday. So yeah, to all the questions, either ways I'm available over Discord, I'm available over various voice channels. Whenever you end up catching me, mostly at night, you can just hop in and then just ask me questions. I'd be more than happy to answer all your questions.
Okay, man.
Fair enough. Perfect, guys.
Should I end the stream?
Yeah, man. I'll just end from OBS as well. Thank you so much, Elliot, by the way, for support today as well. Guys, shout out for Elliot.